smile and you turned away. You must be the best man that ever lived. I hope you're waiting for me to turn on your screenway for you at the second home. And once you're outside, I'll try to steal a kiss. But I felt it that too. I saw the window shut, leave it all behind me. Every time you say that you love me, your hair, your eyes, your smile, and all. I hope I made a difference when I turned away and left. Because the road gets clearer, the lights before. And tonight, do you? I'll think of you, close my eyes.
This is KBCC 89.5 FM, Tracy, California, Peace and Justice Network of San Joaquin. For more information on the Voice of San Joaquin, go to tvosj.org.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Artist Hour. This is our first episode, and I just wanted to dive right into it with a little intro of a Bright Side of Suicide song, even though you caught maybe like a minute and a half of it. Kind of accidentally muted it in the beginning, but it's a really good song. Just wanted to go on brief. The Artist Hour it's about bringing in local musicians and artists to Stockton and into the Voice of Stockton's radio to just, talk up on a little bit about themselves. There's a lot of undiscovered talent in Stockton, and I feel like there aren't a lot of shows mainly for the rock community, so that's why I decided to crawl up under my rock and start the Artist Hour. And with me, I have Bright Side of Suicide.
Thank you for having me.
So I just want to get a little brief introduction of you and what you do.
All right, for sure. Well, my name's Alejo. I do a project called The Bright Side of Suicide that started as an acoustic one-man band, and eventually I started adding programmed instrumentals using software. And so what I'll do is I'll play my drums and bass through a system, and then on top of that I'll play my guitar and sing.
Okay, so you have that looped already in the background?
I have it exported as a track. I have like a visual cue.
Okay,
So
nice. So why did you want to start this Bright Side of Suicide project?
I mean, I started it when I was like 13, 14.
So how old are you right now?
I'm 31.
31.
Yeah. It started, like a lot of kids in high school. I got my first guitar.
Yep.
I lied, actually. I got my first guitar when I was 15, so that's right about when I started.
Okay, so like middle school going into high school.
Right, exactly. So, I got my first guitar, and I was playing a lot and trying to learn other songs a lot. And then into high school, I started seeing friends of mine that were playing shows and that were having websites and
Okay, yeah. So that's back in, what is that? That's MySpace days?
Yeah, this was actually Pure Volume days, Live Journal days.
Oh, that's way back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. So I know back then there's a lot of like that's still in the grunge phase, right?
No,
or coming out of the grunge.
It's more post-punk, post-hardcore. A lot of it was like during the cusp of the whole Warped Tour
Okay.
era.
So like
emo,
early
pop
2000s,
punk.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So during that time, were you in and out of bands? Were you
Yeah.
trying to start your own band?
In high school, I was in a band for a little while called Painfully Obvious.
Okay.
And
What kind of music?
it was like emo, pop punk. Some of the songs that I still play, I used to play with them,
Oh, nice.
but that's me bringing my I used to always bring my songs to any band that I played with.
Okay.
So any band that I played in or sung for would have the opportunity. I would be okay with anybody playing
Okay, yeah,
those songs.
definitely.
So
So was it a cover band or did you guys have your own?
we had our own stuff.
Okay. Are they still around?
No.
When did they break up?
We broke up, and we just lost touch. Never. Really.
Okay. So was this 13, 14 age or 15, 16
This
age?
was more around 16, 17,
age?
15, around that time.
Okay.
Sophomore year.
Cool.
Junior.
So did you ever take music classes in high school?
I did. I took piano, your basic piano class twice.
Okay.
Once in freshman year, once in senior year.
Okay, so different course, like 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, the same course.
Same
twice.
course. Okay.
And I was briefly in the school choir
Okay.
with my teacher, Miss Shampoo.
Cool. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Is she still teaching?
I believe she is. Yeah, I believe she's teaching in Modesto.
Shout out to her in Modesto. So after you kind of, started with music in high school and stuff, did you ever venture out of high school? So what did you do right after high school? Did you go to college? Work?
I dropped out of high school.
Okay.
And I moved to Argentina, where I'm from originally.
Okay.
And I kept trying to make music out there.
In Argentina?
Yeah.
That's a big move. What city were you in?
Buenos Aires.
Okay.
It's the...
So now
yeah.
what city were you in California?
In Modesto.
Modesto.
Yeah.
So from Modesto all the way to Argentina.
Yeah. Well, it was first from Argentina all the way to Modesto.
Oh.
Because I was born in Argentina.
There you go.
Immigrated. And
So
so then I moved back.
Okay. So did you live a lot with your parents, or did you?
So my parents were separated when I was very young, so I was raised for the most part by my stepfather.
Was he into music too?
No, not really. He appreciates music a lot, but he's not a person who...
So music
ventures
was
into
never in your
practicing.
family then?
Yeah, it was. My biological father is still a musician. He's still recording his own albums and stuff. So.
Okay, definitely.
So yeah, in Argentina, I grew up mostly with my stepdad and my mom and my sister. Then we all moved to Modesto.
Okay.
And then I made the move on my own, being an angsty teenager.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm out.
Yeah. So since you are from a different country,
Mm-hmm.
when coming to California in the United States for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
how was it? Because I mean, it's totally different in different countries.
It was intense because, first of all, it was my first time getting on a plane.
Okay.
And it's a 16-hour plane ride, so it was just a lot.
Yeah.
To take in.
I could tell.
But I don't know. The main thing that I know is, like, the thing I always talk about is I noticed that free refills were a thing here.
Oh yeah.
And they weren't a thing in Argentina, so I was like, at the fountain for like a good 45 minutes.
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
time
of
I went to
course.
McDonald's here.
Yeah. Yeah. So how old were you when you made that move?
I was like 12 or 13, maybe.
So
my memory's very vague.
how do you think the education system is different from where you're from? Because I know you probably went to elementary school,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when you came back, now is this back when middle school was like a little older, or younger? Because I know right now middle school is from...
Oh, okay.
Like,
You're talking
yeah.
about the 6th to
Yeah,
8th grade
yeah.
or 7th, 8th grade.
So when you
I went to Roosevelt Junior High School in Modesto
Okay.
initially. I hear that's where George Lucas went.
So, really?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Okay.
Um,
So now, is the educational system faster from where you're from,
it's
or
way
slower?
different. It's
Like pace-wise.
so there's a lot of different aspects that you can look at it. Education is something I'm super passionate about. So
Of course. So
um,
that's kind of what I wanted to brief up on that
Oh, okay.
for you.
so yeah, I mean, in Argentina, I remember having to do oral presentations, oral exams.
Okay.
No multiple choice.
Really?
You have to write out
Your answer.
your question
Your
first,
Then
because
you.
they'll dictate the question to you.
So do you have to explain it too? Why?
Yeah, and
How
then
come?
you have to answer it in long form, like write a little paragraph.
Okay.
Which, when I was, I noticed that the American school system is just a little more layered, I guess.
Okay. More concrete.
Yeah, it's like you know what you're supposed to, you know what you're supposed to know,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that that's gonna be on the test.
Okay. Yeah.
Which can be good or bad depending on how you look at it.
So did you ever play any sports up in Argentina?
I mean, I played for a season in my school's
Which sport?
soccer team.
Soccer.
Yeah.
I know soccer's big there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up, played soccer my whole life. So yeah, at least in the United States, there's multiple big, sports.
Mm-hmm.
So when you moved back and you moved to Modesto,
Mm-hmm.
and you went middle school, high school, so what did you do after high school? You said you dropped out, so what did you
Mhm.
do after that?
Argentina.
So what did you do in Argentina
In Argentina,
at that time?
at that time, I was just kind of finding myself as a person.
Okay.
It was crazy because I was a young. By then I was already very Americanized. So
Okay.
I was a young American kid getting dropped off in this the New York.
So did it feel
Type city.
did it feel foreign to you?
Yeah, definitely. It was weird going back because there was a lot that I missed that happened culturally there throughout the years that I was
Okay.
gone. So there was a lot of cultural references and stuff like that that I just never understood, or that I missed on, or that I had to look up in order to
Mhm.
understand. So yeah.
So when you moved back
Mhm.
to Argentina, what would you say you brought back with you that your hometown didn't have?
What did I bring from America to?
Yes.
I don't know. I just got really eager to be to get out and be in the scene and go to shows and
Okay.
get, get sweaty and go out there.
So were you going to shows before you left to America?
No.
So you learned that culture in America.
So yeah, I started going. I never went to a big ticket show. My first big ticket show was MXPX in Argentina when I was already 18.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. So
I only went to local shows.
local shows.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you came back, when did you decide you wanted to join your first band? Back in Argentina.
I saw my buddy Scott
Okay.
Walter. Shout out to Scott.
Where's he from?
He's from Modesto. He was at the time doing, and I was a sophomore and he was a junior. So he was just a year older, and he was doing things that I was like, oh my god, I didn't know you could go out and play a show and people come, we all go and see you, and you have your own CD, you have this website with your music on there. He just kicked the door wide open for me, and
Nice.
that's when I was like, I want to do that. I want to try it. I want to see what it's about.
Do you think it worked out for you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, worked out could be thought of as, again, it could be a lot of things. But for me personally, I think music worked out perfect.
So did you start your project in the United States or Argentina first?
I started it in the United States.
Okay.
That's where I started playing the guitar.
So
and
now
writing songs.
The Bright Side of Suicide,
Mhm.
it's it's kind of hard to like, cause when people first hear it, it's like, oh, why is Suicide Bright?
Mm-hmm.
So in your own terms, since it's your name,
Mm-hmm.
what is the Bright Side of Suicide project?
So the project itself or the name?
Both.
Okay,
You clarify
so
on that.
let me go into the meaning of the name because I get asked about that a lot. There is, from what I have heard, a concept in suicide prevention classes and workshops where, and again, this is my understanding, I may be wrong, but that there is supposedly a bright side of suicide once a person succeeds in committing suicide because their suffering is over, the family's grief and worry for this person is in some sense relieved because there is no more of that. Specifically, I was a angsty kid and I like Nirvana a lot, and that, I mean, in the song Milk It, Kurt Cobain sings "Look on the bright side of suicide."
Okay.
It's suicide.
So so did you have that name already thought up before, or was it after hearing, Nirvana?
My very first name was just Alejo,
Okay.
and I had a little 3-song demo called Piggy Banks and Captain Logs.
What happened to it?
I'm sorry?
I like pig song.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
The Bright Side of Suicide was born. I recorded that 3-song demo, and after that I don't even remember what happened. I just kind of started playing different things. I started playing it was musically different.
Okay.
And so I felt like it was appropriate to give it a different name.
Definitely. What genre did you start playing first?
I would call it just pop.
Pop?
Yeah. Like acoustic ballad pop.
Okay. All right. So what made you go back to college? Because you're now in college, right?
Yes, I am. I'm a student at Sacramento State University.
So when did you start college?
I started college in 2013.
Okay. So why? So when you dropped out of high school, right?
Mhm.
Did you have to go back and get your GED?
I did.
Okay. So what pushed you to continue your educational?
I was working, doing manual labor,
Okay.
and I saw that while I was making good money doing that, it wasn't something that was sustainable.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, for some people it is. For some people,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
not.
my stepdad still does it, and you don't see him complaining about it. You know what I mean?
So it's like some of the older generations, that's all they're used to,
Yeah. So I just realized, if I want to do something that's more comfortable, then I need to go to school.
No, that's very true. Not a lot of people understand that. Right after high school, you can get a job, you can start working manual labor, and you think at the time they're making enough money.
Oh yeah, because you're balling.
Yeah.
You're out of nowhere. You have cash in your pocket. You can go out whenever you want.
Then you start forming a family, and then things happen, and so that's why education is really important, because you can still work that and get your education, and in the long run, you're gonna find a job, better pay, better hours.
Right.
So I'm really big on education too.
Cool.
I think having a degree helps you a little bit more. And, being in the music scene, I know a lot of musicians that play in rock bands, whatever, but they also have a music background.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not just in a band, they have this education and, they're pursuing more music, industry jobs. So what job do you want?
What job do I want?
Specifically in the music industry.
I'm gonna tell you the dream. The dream
What's
is
the dream?
The dream is to have a little studio on some sort of loft.
Okay.
With the nice, big window with the sun shining through,
I
and
can imagine
I can
that.
go and teach students.
So you want to teach?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just go over there, stay there, from 9 to 5 teaching, and then lock the door, go home to my family, and
Nice.
work on my own stuff.
So why not have the studio in your house?
Right now I live in an apartment, so I can't. And
Okay.
I feel like it's good to separate work from
And home.
family.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're fortunate enough to be able to rent an office outside of your home, or a studio outside of your home, or whatever have you, if you can rent a workspace outside of your home, it helps you in time management. It helps you clear your head.
No, that's definitely true. Like sometimes my head gets clouded so much with my family and family home.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes bring that stress and drama into my workplace, which
Right.
is, you should never do that. But, we're all humans. There's not one human that they can say, person, that they haven't done that at least once.
Right.
So your family.
Mm-hmm.
So do you live with somebody?
Yeah. I live with my girlfriend and her 2 children.
Okay.
And
So how old
shout
are
out
they?
to them. Hi, Hunter. Hi, Riley.
How old are they?
They are 7 and 9.
So do they look up to you?
I'm sure. In some aspects they do.
Okay.
They're young, forming people. So
Are they into music too, as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely. Both
I
of them are
figure.
amazing. Like they just.
are they musicians themselves?
They're not. They're not taking lessons or anything like that, which that's probably my mistake. And but they are very musically talented.
Okay. So I wanted to I wanted to ask a couple questions.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
you have your LP coming out, right?
Yeah.
So when is it coming out?
I don't have a set date yet, but it should be within the next 8 months to a year.
So your first EP, when did it come out, and when did you release it?
I released it originally in 2012.
Okay.
Without much.
So now was
real
this
push.
the time you were dating your girlfriend, or this
no,
is before?
This was before.
Okay. So how long did it take you to release that EP? And what's it specifically called?
The EP that I have out right now is called It's Alive.
Okay.
And that was so. While I was living in Argentina, I decided, okay, well, I'm gonna go back to America and try and see what's up.
So you recorded those songs in America, not Argentina.
Yes.
Okay. So you went back to.
Very, very cool essence of what a scene was.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it, but like you can just tell when there's a cool scene, when there's cool bands, when there's cool people. And I was like, I'm sure I can find that also in America.
Definitely.
And so I came back and I started trying to record on my own. I produced that EP on my own.
Okay. So how long did it take you? And was it challenging?
Yeah, definitely, because it was a learning process as I was doing it.
How challenging was it?
I would say very, but in retrospect, with what I learned from it, it would probably not be super challenging. Like I said, everything was a hurdle to get over, like as far as sound goes, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was throwing sounds together and trying to fight over saturations, over clips, over.
I mean, that's the best part of it, because like you're creating your own art.
Yeah.
There's no guidelines on that, at least when you doing this project.
Yeah.
So specifics on The Big Come Down.
Yeah.
That's your first song?
That
on
is the
EP?
last song from the EP. Yeah.
So what's it about and why?
That song is about love, non-reciprocal love. Like most of the songs that I've written in the past are
About
non-reciprocal love.
Okay. Not love specifically for anybody?
You want me to give names?
No, I'm just saying. I'm asking, is it, was it your ex? Was
No. I mean, it wasn't always somebody that I was in a relationship with. It could be somebody that I was I don't want to say lusting, but interested in.
Okay.
And that it just didn't work out. and I expressed, whatever.
So when you released this
Mhm.
this EP, did you how much feedback did you get from it?
I don't remember getting a lot of feedback because I don't remember pushing it very hard.
So what happened after you released it? What did you do? What did you pursue?
But alcoholism.
Alcoholism.
Yeah, I hit a patch where like a lot of people, I just gave in. I was
Okay.
like, so it was kind of like, let me release this, and if it goes good, then cool, and if not, then then I know I need to not do this anymore.
So the big come down, does that does it have to do with your alcoholism or
No, that's more of more related to substance abuse,
okay.
which it's always a good metaphoric tool.
I like the name. It reminds me of I'm sure you listen to Bring Me the Horizon.
I have.
Isn't it? The name there's a song. Is it called The Come Down or
I'm not sure.
it's off their like first EP. It's a pretty good song. But so your EP when you released it, you stopped playing music for a bit, correct?
Yeah.
So how long was your hiatus?
Well, it was from around late 2012, 2013 until 2017.
Now what made you come back?
I got inspired again. I started going back out to shows and
Okay.
seeing that, there was still a scene, that there was still, there was still something to be done,
Yeah.
and now I had, and I mean, I'm not trying to like be preachy, against
Mhm.
people who drink or anything like that. I go out to bars with people all the time, but I have a clearer head now that I can use towards my music.
You can drink and still control it,
Huh?
You don't have to.
I don't drink at all.
So you stopped drinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a pancreas issue where I ended up in the hospital, and the doctors told me, like, you can't drink anymore.
That really sucks. That really sucks.
It's all right. It really wasn't that bad. It was really more of a blessing in disguise, like.
Definitely. At least you learned from that.
Oh, yeah.
So this new EP,
Mm-hmm.
is it considered an EP or LP? What would you consider?
I don't know.
How many songs?
There will be 8 songs.
8 songs. Okay.
Maybe 9.
Maybe 9?
Yeah.
LP?
LP? Okay, for sure.
Okay.
Because, I don't know. I always thought that it was like 12 songs was
Mhm.
an LP, and like 4 or 6 and under was the EP, but I'm not sure.
6 and under?
Yep.
Okay. So your songs, you said it's going to be how many songs?
8.
8. So out of the 8, what would you say your favorite? And it's not released yet, right?
It's not released yet. I'm working with producer Robert Dixon from Modesto.
Everybody knows just from Modesto.
It's just
Seems
I
like
spent
it.
a lot of time in Modesto, and like that's where I did my first years in America. So I
Okay.
all of my closest friends are from Modesto.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So Robert is a producer who is new to the game,
okay.
and so
How many years new?
this is his first year.
Okay. So he's kind of you're kind of like his first
I mean,
prodigy.
he spent the last year or two studying up,
Okay.
and now this is his first year, like trying to
Okay.
produce.
So
produce.
this is your first time producing not by yourself, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. So it's kind of like goes hand to hand. New for you, new for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're great friends, and it was a great opportunity. He was telling me what he was doing, and I told him like I was getting this new like
Music going.
energy, you know what I mean,
Okay.
to go back out, and he was like, let's do it, and I was like, all right, let's do it.
So now this LP, is it gonna have the same or different energy than your first EP?
I think it's gonna have more energy because there's gonna be more electricity in it.
Okay.
A lot of, because I started as a solo acoustic artist, a lot of even the it's a live EP has a lot of the acoustic sound
Mm-hmm.
that I've now changed a little bit through performing live and deciding to okay, for this song, let me try the electric guitar this time.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
just testing things out, I realized I want to play certain songs with the electric guitar or the acoustic guitar.
Okay.
So
Have you ever thought about collabing?
Yeah, I
Well,
would love to collab with
You know
people.
me. I
Yeah.
got my band right there.
For sure.
We always love to collab with artists.
Sweet.
Yeah, so yeah, my band, we're working on releasing our LP in the end of summer too. So we're working on that material.
Cool.
Yeah, I know how it feels to, record or being in the recording process. So that LP, what would you say is your favorite when it comes to personal?
My favorite song.
Yes.
I like this one called Little Miss Thang Thang because it's just fun pop punk, like.
Has it got a good groove to it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I have fun playing it.
Definitely. So it's something you can like dance, groove
Yeah.
to, and play.
This whole new set of songs because the new LP is gonna have the 4 songs that were on the EP remastered, re-recorded, redone, and then 4 new songs
Okay.
that I've only released demos like on SoundCloud of or stuff like that. So a lot of these songs are a challenge even now,
Okay.
just because there's so much that I want that it's like it's never done.
Yeah.
So I'm always ending up changing something.
Okay.
So it's just a challenge to keep up with
Okay.
my changes.
So I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name because I don't want to butcher it. So your Spanish song,
Yeah.
how do you pronounce that name title?
Te veré partir.
Okay. Again, I'm still not gonna
It's
try
all
to
good.
pronounce
I
it.
can say I can Americanize it. Te veré partir.
Te veré partir.
Boom. There you go.
What's it about, and why did you want to write it in Spanish?
Why did I want to write it in Spanish? Because that was something that I felt like I was not fully utilizing as a tool for artistic expression.
That's a good point. That's really
I feel
good
like
point.
if I speak 2 languages and I'm not writing in both of them, then I'm not doing
Yeah.
I'm not using all my tools. You know what I mean? So it started off as a sketch of some poetry, and then I wrote like half of it years ago, and then I just never picked it up. And then I found it in my computer, and I was like, "Oh, this thing," you know what I mean? And I started like playing it again, and then finished it up.
So I've listened. I found you on Spotify. Found you on SoundCloud too. So I've listened to your EP. I really like it.
Cool.
So this song I haven't heard because it's unreleased. Right?
Yes, it is.
So we're actually going to be playing this at the end of the show.
Cool.
And thank you for bringing it.
Yeah, of course.
So this would be like a little tease, a little taste off what you're working on next.
Exactly. What's coming?
Cool. So what's it mean? What's the title?
The title
Because I
translates to "I will see you go" or "I will see you leave."
Okay.
And so it essentially talks about being in a relationship. I was in a relationship for years, and I could tell at some point that things were going awry. And when you're in that situation, you either try to fix things or you don't, or you recognize where things are going good or bad,
Okay.
and you either try to fix it or you don't, and things just didn't work out.
Okay.
And so that's where the song came about. It's just
Cool.
recognizing the signs of a deteriorating relationship.
That's a really good point. Because sometimes relationships are beyond fixing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another good inspiration to write. I write poetry myself. Most of the poetry I try to not base it on me. And I remember sitting down with you 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to explain when you first wrote your EP, right?
Mm-hmm.
So were those songs about you or personally?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
about other people?
Those are about my personal experiences.
Okay. So I remember you telling me about how you said you used to write a lot about you yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and your friend told you, maybe you should not write about you.
Right.
Can you go more into detail about
Yeah,
that?
so I was a friend of mine always makes fun of me because he says that everything I say I start with back in Argentina. So,
Back in Argentina.
Yeah, so bear with me.
So it's more like Bandcamp.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Is the one time at band camp?
Yeah, that one time at
that's
band
my
camp.
thing, So
Okay.
you're gonna hear that a lot, and I apologize in advance. But essentially, my buddy Aspect, he's a rapper that he's like a brother to me.
Okay.
I'm really close with his family.
Shout out to him. Where's he
Yeah.
from?
He's actually from Woodland Hills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Not another place from Modesto.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's that's where he's from. And that's where his family was. Actually, his brother's from Woodland Hills. He was born in Argentina. My mistake.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So his brother, my buddy Aspect, his brother Leonardo and I would get together all the time, and we are all three completely different musicians.
Okay.
Leo was a EDM guy, Fernando's a rapper, and I was like a rocker.
Okay.
And so we formed a really strong relationship, as friends. And Fernando one day told me, he's like, I noticed that you always write about you. You don't write about the thing that's happening over there.
Okay.
So ever since then, I've tried to look outwards for inspiration. It doesn't mean that I'm not gonna say I in my songs.
Mm-hmm.
Because I might take, an experience that I see in a friend and make it my own.
Okay, yeah.
Or I might make an experience that's my own and portray it on somebody else.
See, that's a good way to look at life.
So that's where that came from. It was
Okay.
just a friend, a really dear friend, making a very good observation at a very good time.
That means the friend cares.
Yeah.
So I know you're playing Vox Pop.
Yes, I am. I'm
So
playing.
for people who don't know what Vox Pop is, it's a venue right across the street from the movie theater downtown. And Vox Pop's a pretty cool venue. Too bad they're shutting down next month.
Mhm.
So you're playing their last show.
Yes, I am. I was invited by Stockton.
Shout out to you, Stockton.
Stockton. They've invited me for the Finding Emo show
Okay.
as well. And so
So which Finding Emo did you play?
I played the one on March, I believe it was.
Okay.
I believe it was March.
Yeah, my band played the one in January.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's super fun.
Man.
I mean, the spot is awesome.
It
you know what I
is.
mean? Like it's just an awesome spot. The people are great. I've never had anything but good experiences there. You know
So
what I mean?
what date is your
June 22nd.
June 22nd Vox Pop?
Yeah.
Do you know what time you're playing? Specifically, not yet.
Oh yeah, I'm playing at 12:30
PM.
p.m.
Okay.
It's gonna be a evening long festival starting at noon and ends I believe at 10 or 11.
Okay. So how long is your set?
My set is gonna be 30 minutes.
Are you gonna be playing new songs off your LP?
I'm gonna be playing songs from the LP and songs from I guess they're all from the LP now.
Okay. Definitely. So what's after Vox Pop?
After that, I am gonna be playing at Not So Secret shows in Patterson.
Yet to go there. I've heard a lot about them.
If you get the chance, I would highly recommend going.
I know. I believe our good friends Grade Blue. Have you heard of Grade Blue?
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to them. Shout out to Vince. I'm actually having him like episode 6, 7 on here.
Cool.
And they got to play Not So Secret show, so I was kind of jelly about that, but we'll get there.
That's another one. Like that's another great place to just hang out with
Yeah.
people. It's just really good people. Like,
Definitely. Patterson's a great city. So when do you think that LP is going to get released? Do you have a specific, like, if not date, maybe like time period,
I don't actually. My producer's moving to Sacramento
Okay.
at the end of the month, so there's gonna probably be a halt there
So
for him to settle down and get his stuff
so now
situated.
where can we find this LP when it is released? Where
When
can
it
we
is
find your
released,
music?
You can find my music right now on Spotify. You can find it on Google Play. You can find it on Amazon Music.
Is it on Apple?
I don't think it is on Apple. I haven't been able to find it. It's on Tidal.
Okay.
And it's on Deezer.
What about Bandcamp? Is it on Bandcamp?
It is on Bandcamp as well.
Okay.
SoundCloud. RIP, Pure Volume.
RIP. So, where can I find it? What's your tag? What should I search?
The Bright Side of Suicide. It's alive. And
Okay.
you can pretty much search it everywhere.
Okay.
On Instagram, it's just Brightside Music.
I was thinking about that because I was like, I wonder why it's Brightside Music.
There was
on your Instagram.
I was toying with the idea of starting a label,
Oh,
and so I basically just secured myself a handle because I had an idea.
okay, definitely. Yeah, I kind of want to, man, starting a label.
Yeah.
That's the dream. Maybe for some people.
I mean, it's so much
It is.
coordination.
I know.
Like, you're running a business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as cool as you might want to be, like, you're running a business. You know,
That's so true.
It's a lot.
So we have this live performance you brought.
Yeah.
So let's get like a good 5 minutes of that, if you can.
Cool.
What
So
song will you be playing?
I'm gonna play. This one is from the EP that's out right now. This one's called Juan.
Juan.
Yeah, it's jokingly uninspired at night.
Okay, so Juan as in one or Juan?
As in the name Juan,
Juan.
but it's an acronym. So
Okay.
it goes a little bit like this.
When I walked in, you were falling out of fast rate. No one else could hear you, so I jumped for you and caught you before landing. When you thought you were done, you were only starting. It's all going as planned. The story develops as we shoot the writer. Instead of a kiss, you shoulda gave me money to repay for all the tears you caused me over these days. Now she walks away like what she did's alright. The hands I once held now hold another man. Correct me if I'm wrong, so I stop this song now. Passing relief, it's all I was. Every compliment that I give you, you already heard, and I feel like because I'd not been
that one called again?
That one's Jokingly Uninspired at Night.
It's a really good song.
Thank you, man.
That was the first time I heard that too.
Yeah, that's on the EP. It's Alive.
Okay. Sounds really different than, you know.
Oh yeah, it's I mean it's an acoustic version. It's probably more closer to what it originally sounded like when I first wrote it all those years ago. So
definitely.
I'm sorry.
Jokingly what?
Jokingly Uninspired.
Jokingly Uninspired.
At
So
night.
what made you write it? What was your inspiration?
My inspiration was I was, you know, admiring a young lady.
Okay.
And trying to court her.
Okay.
And she had just I guess ended a relationship with a young fellow, and she
try to get some moves on her.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
shoot. And then, you know, it didn't work out. She you know, she was obviously she had strong feelings for him, and you know, the song came out.
Nice. So we can find that on Spotify,
You can find that on Spotify.
YouTube.
No, that one is not on YouTube.
Okay.
Lindsay is on YouTube.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what other platforms can we find that on?
You can find it on Amazon Music. You can find it on Google Play. You can find it on Tidal. You can
Okay.
find it on Bandcamp. You can find it on Deezer, and you can Shazam it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you try to listen to that song, Bright Side of Suicide. So we have this video clip we want to show. So what's the video clip did you bring? What was it about?
The video clip that I have is a video that I put together for the song Lindsay back in 2012 when I released the album. I felt like, you know, it needed to be a complete sort of concept. I don't want to use the word product, but you know, essentially that's what it is. I wanted it to be a complete body of work, and I felt like
Of your song Lindsay, right?
of the album
Of the
itself.
album.
So I wanted
Okay.
to make sure that I had a video.
Okay.
So
Definitely. So
Wait for you at the second home. And once you're outside, I'll try to steal a kiss. But I felt good that too. I slide your window shut, leave it all behind me. Your hair, your eyes, your smile, and all. I hope I made a difference when I turned away and left. 'Cause the road, it gets clearer, the lines before. And tonight, I'll think of you, close my eyes.
what'd you guys think about it? It's pretty cool, huh?
I liked it, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, I liked it too.
not to toot my own horn, but beep beep.
Nah, that's a really, really cool video. So, to wrap it up,
Yeah.
I wanted to thank you for coming on.
I want to thank you for having me.
Of course.
This is awesome.
Again, the Artist Hours, the show is all about bringing in local musicians and artists into, you know, the voice of Stockton and talking about them. I really wanted to get to know the musician first before I kind of, you know, listen to their music. I try to not be biased. And so I feel like getting to know a person or a musician or artist as a person first, and then getting to know them as an artist.
Right.
I feel like that's really important to get to know you personally as a person. And so just wanted to shout you out. Thank you for coming.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Next week, we're going to have Train Lane. He's a local hip-hop artist. I'm so excited to have him on episode 2. I know the show's, trying to target mainly, the rock community, but I like to have diversity. So I just don't want to focus on art or rock or, hip-hop. I want to focus on all of it, touch every aspect of it. And so to close it off, we're going to be playing, again,
it's called Te Veré Partir.
We're going to be playing Te Va Partir.
Yeah. Can I give a quick shout out real quick?
Of course.
I just want to shout out to everybody that has come out to the shows, everybody that's listened to the EP, everybody that's, that's engaged, everybody that's had a good, or not a good, but a word of a devolution after seeing me play. My buddies at Cardinal Sins can't go without shouting them out.
Nice. Cardinal Sins is going to be on the later episodes too. Yeah, so excited for them.
Chris
Shout out to Cardinal
Salarosa as well.
Salarosa is going to be
friend of
here
mine.
July 4th.
Oh, nice.
Yep,
Dope.
July 4th. So
Yeah,
shout out to Salarosa.
And anyone I forget to shout out, just know that I love y'all.
Of course. So hope you guys are ready for this song, unreleased, first time playing on The Voice of Stockton.
Hay un espejo que me mira a lo lejos y no le agrada lo que veo.
This is KBCC 89.5 FM, Tracy, California, Peace and Justice Network of San Joaquin. For more information on the Voice of San Joaquin, go to tvosj.org.
And you are tuning into the Artist Hour with the Voice of San Joaquin and Stockton with your host, Josh Sartain.
Thank you. And thank you again. Big shout out to the Bright Side of Suicide. And I just wanted to end. You have a nice night, guys. Stay tuned for episode 2 next week.